Hello, Business Finance 330 student. This is Professor Hassey, and this is our course introduction video for our Business 330 Business Finance Regional Campus remote class this winter 2021. And I want to welcome you all to our class. Happy New Year. I hope you're all safe and well this day. Today is Tuesday, January 5th. Our class begins Wednesday, January 6th at 6 p.m. As you can see, there's the Zoom link to the class at 6 o'clock on Wednesday, January 6th. I have sent you all a syllabus to our course, and I'd like you to review that. Here is our Blackboard. Our Blackboard is up and running, and you can go through that and get all the information you need about our course. I just would like to spend a couple of moments today as an introduction to our class on Wednesday evening to introduce the course. I will be doing this every Tuesday of every week of our term. Next week, I'll introduce week number 2 and the material and subjects of that week to get you ready. This video will be posted every Tuesday afternoon prior to class on Wednesday. So what I would like you to do this week is to get to know the class, get to know the Blackboard. I'm sure many of you have been in the program already and you're probably used to remote learning. Some of you, this might be your first class, so welcome. And it's a different time to learn about finance and learn college remotely. And I have a lot of experience in it, so hopefully that should help us in making sure you have any questions or concerns. We have office hours during the course of the week where you can Zoom in with me with questions. You have my email address. You have a text address where you can send me any questions and concerns you have. That's the key thing about this class. If you need anything, you don't know what's going on, you have questions, I'm available 24/7 to help you. So always remember that going forward. I mentioned the course syllabus. Here it is right here. I emailed this to you the other day, but also you can go to the course information and syllabus folder in Blackboard and take a look at it. You can download the syllabus. You can take a look at it in a file folder. This is our syllabus, and I would like you please to spend a few moments before Wednesday evening just to making sure you understand what's going on. There's nothing more frustrating in online or remote learning is when you don't know what's going on. And I'm going to try to give you as much information and help you as much as possible before our class lectures on Wednesday evening. And let me tell you a little bit about the class. I will be lecturing between 6 and 8:30, 8 o'clock every Wednesday. This will go over material of the class, any assignments, work, couple videos, discussions, all kinds of things that we'll be talking about week to week. I will be recording each class and posting that recording as with a link to our Blackboard, and also you'll be able to see that video in our own YouTube playlist. And I'll talk more about the YouTube playlist in class Wednesday night, but we have a playlist in YouTube that you can click on and see any videos, class recordings, lectures, any information in video format of our class. The class but it is mandatory to attend the class. I expect everybody to be in class every Wednesday. If you cannot make class, you need to let me know. If you just don't come to class and didn't let me know, that could hurt you as far as your grade and class participation in our class. So please be aware of that. If you cannot make class, you let me know. No problems. You don't even have to tell me why. Just tell me you're not going to be there so I know. Uh, Also, there's a lot of discussion this year about whether to have cameras on and mandatory in class, whether you have to have your camera on. You are not required to have your camera on. It's very helpful to me as your teacher to see you, but you do not have to put the camera on. If I call on you, you can unmute your microphone and talk to me. We will have in-class discussions, but you do not feel that you have to have your camera on during our classes. Also, I prefer you to have a work site, a laptop, or a desktop computer. Taking this course via your cell phone is next to impossible if you want to succeed. You can do it, but your ability to get information clearly and see what's going on is going to be limited. And I strongly urge you to use a laptop or desktop as your main workstation for this class. So as you can see, the front page of our syllabus has a link. You just click on this link and it goes directly to our class every Wednesday night beginning at 6 o'clock. I usually turn on my computer about 5:45, set up the agenda, set up some things, and wait for you all to arrive. But that's our link for our class. We have student hours via Zoom every Tuesday and Thursday afternoons from 1 to 3 p.m. You click on this link and I'll be sitting there at my desk here in Claremont, California, awaiting any questions or problems you may have. That doesn't mean that you have to only see me Tuesday and Thursdays between 1 and 3. Uh, I know a lot of you work, a lot of you have families, a lot of you have other lives besides just this Laverne class, and we can meet via Zoom at any other times during the course of a week. Preferably if you need weekends, we can do that, but that's by appointment. But you always know that I will be online every Tuesday and Thursday afternoon, but we can make appointments. Next week, we'll talk about this in class on Wednesday. Next week, in week 2, each of you will be sitting down with me for 5 or 10 minutes via Zoom and talk about the class, any one-on-one discussions with me about the class, any questions or concerns you have, and just so you and I can get to know each other. We're going to be doing that individually with every student next week during week number 2. We'll talk more about that later. The balance of the syllabus gives us some links. There's the link to our YouTube channel, our playlist, Twitter, Wall Street Journal, Blackboard. Naturally, we were going to use Blackboard very much. Our course description, our textbook. Textbook is not required, but I assure you it is somewhat necessary if you want to get an A in this class, but we'll talk more about that on Wednesday as well. But there's our textbook, the 10th edition of Fundamentals of Corporate Finance. Calculator, financial spreadsheet experience is required. We'll be doing some spreadsheets right off the bat in this first week of designing a portfolio. Very simple, but still a lot of us don't have much experience with spreadsheets, and we're going to be working with spreadsheets throughout our class. Our lectures are remote. We have assignments, we have a final examination, and we have a case paper that throughout our class. The assignments, the case paper, all the work is done off computer. I mean, take home. You do it on your own time. Posted. Our due dates are usually every Tuesday. Our classes materials are due every Tuesday when material is needed. Our final examination, though, will be a combination of in-class and take-home. In-class and take-home. The take-home portion will be about a 2-hour length. The in-class portion on our last class on May 10th is about an hour, hour and a half long. But you'll be doing some in-class work on the final examination only. All the rest of the work in our class is take-home on your own time. Here's our expectations about attendance. Please feel free to read that. If you miss more than one class, your grade could be influenced. Please be aware of this. All you have to do is if you're going to miss a class, just let me know, and then there's no problem. And then just an explanation of our work, and please feel free to read this, your responsibilities, my responsibilities. Academic honesty is a big topic for remote learning. The resources available to you at the University of Laverne as a student, library resources, student health, academic success center, all kinds of things available to you through this syllabus. And I'll talk more about this also on Wednesday. And then probably the most important thing of the syllabus is our schedule, our 10-week schedule covering a wide variety of chapters. And if it's highlighted in yellow in this calendar or schedule, that is graded work. So as you can see, this first week, due January 12th, you have a discussion forum to post. In that discussion, you're going to give posting a student biography about yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself to me, and to your fellow students in the class. And also, you'll be doing a spreadsheet portfolio of stock selections. And it's trust me, it's not that difficult. It's pretty easy. But I want to see your ability to use the Blackboard and your ability to use spreadsheets in this first week of our class. As you can see, week 2, as I mentioned earlier, we have student interviews. Then we get into our first assignment, take home work and cut the chapters that it will cover, and so on throughout the class, leading up to our final class on March 10th, where you'll have your case paper due on that date and an in-class final examination on that date. All right, but we'll talk all about this. If you please review it and look it over before class on Wednesday or into next week, into our first week. And if you have questions, concerns, things are things don't look right, you be sure to let me know. I'm here to help you, not to make your life more miserable. So please remember that. In my videos every Tuesday introducing the week's work, I have an agenda so you can see what I'm going to be talking about in class. Here's our agenda for our first week. Our first week is called What is Finance? A definition of finance. Finance is a key part of your business study at the University of Laverne. Accounting, statistics, organizational management, marketing, all kinds of things that make up a business degree, and finance is a key component that you have to master to get your degree. And it's a good thing to have, not only for your own career, but also to understand it for your own personal money management. What is finance? The management of capital. And we're going to define that this first week. Chapters 1 and 2 of our text we'll be reviewing, and we'll be doing some that discussion post as some graded work, and getting ready to go into week 2 and discussing about chapters 3 and 4, accounting and finance and financial statement analysis. A lot of it might look intimidating, but it's not. We do it at a very even pace, not to overwhelm you. The Blackboard is a good source of data, which I'm going to show you in just a minute. You can get a lot of information prior to coming to class on Wednesday and my lectures. Okay, so here's your Blackboard, and if you notice in your Blackboard, and please, if you have time before tomorrow evening, take time to go through it and just look at the file folders. Whenever I send an email to you, it's in course announcements. Here's the introduction email I sent you on Sunday. Our course syllabus schedule information is located in this file folder. You just click on this file, and there's you see our schedule that we just saw. We have all kinds of information. There's our syllabus in Word and PDF format, information about yours truly, our office hours. There's a mugshot of me in a pandemic mode. There's my biography. Our e-policies, tools, your grade, a way of accessing your grades in this class, and we'll talk more about that later. And some useful links. Yahoo Finance is a link we're going to use quite a bit in regards to our portfolio, Wall Street Journal, YouTube again. So a lot of information in that file folder. Course syllabus and course information. Library guides, we'll be talking a little about that as the time goes on. DB Hoovers is a database that we'll be using quite a bit. So again, that's a website that we'll be using quite often in our class. And I just linked ourselves out of here. So let me get back. Hang on. The knucklehead. There we go. Back to our class. And then we have our Zoom or YouTube links, and this will grow over the course of our term. Here's again a link to our class on Wednesday evening. Here's a link to our student hours on Tuesday and Thursday afternoons. Again, you just click on that and I'll be there. We have student discussions where you can, this is our first week's work. for our class and assignment that's due next Tuesday. And we'll talk about this in class on Wednesday evening. And then a area where you can post questions to me. If you have any questions or concerns, you can post it in this file folder here. And then we get into our every week, and every week of the class has been already set up. I'll be making some additions to it, but every week is all set up. Here's our agenda. Every week, you can click on that. There's the agenda that I just showed you a little bit earlier. You can click on, an introduction to the week of what we're going to be talking about, a definition of a key part of finance. Every week I have some additional information about finance. This week it's the Standard & Poor's 500 stock index, which is a part of our portfolio work. An introduction to the week, and here's our chapter. The introduction to our chapters 1 and 2, some PowerPoint of the chapter 1, a PowerPoint of the chapter 2. This is all the material and some review problems. And I will be going over some of these problems in class. They just help us understand the material. These are not for grade. They're just strictly for review that I review in class. They are not for grades. So that's what our review problems is. You don't have to do them if you don't want to. They just help us learn the material. So that's week 1. That's our work for this coming week on Wednesday. But as you can see, you can click on any week, week 2, week 3, week 4, and so on. All has been set up with information, PowerPoints, videos, and we'll be going over this. But if some of you like to skip on ahead or take a look about what we're going to be doing down the road, it's all set up all the way through week 10. And there's week 10 there. So as you can see, we have a lot of material in Blackboard. Get used to it. It's there to help you. Here's some tools, various tools that you can use with Blackboard if you want to investigate the sources of a lot of things. If you need help with Blackboard, you can come to me, of course, but there's also help guides to the student in your help file folder. All kinds of information available to you. So please take advantage of this and take advantage of this information in Blackboard. It's there to help you. So as we move along in course, in this report card section here, you'll see your grade in your class up to date every week of where you stand, which is important for a lot of you. And we'll talk more about that as we move forward. So I think I've covered the basics to begin our class on Wednesday night. Let me bring up there. Ooh, there we are. This is myself in my Business Finance Central room here in Claremont, California, with CNBC, the financial channel behind me, and books stacked, ready to go for this winter term. Again, my name is Rick Hassey. I look forward to working with you all. Hopefully you can get some value and some great material from this class, and I think you will. It might be a little bit overwhelming at times, but there's material. There's plenty of ways to seek help and get information and guidance from me or anybody else. So please take advantage of this. All you have to do is ask, and we're here to help you. So thank you, and look forward to seeing you all tomorrow, Wednesday evening, 6 p.m. via Zoom. This is Professor Hassey signing off for now, and welcome to our course. Bye-bye.